Hi Taurus, this is your general tarot reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of August. Let's do what we always do, Taurus. We'll shuffle the cards and wait on the right ones to come out just for you. And in the meantime, we'll do what we always do and talk about the energy. So, I know you felt it, the big lunar eclipse that happened at the end of July. We'll talk about that big elephant in the room. We have to. Yeah, where did it happen for you? In your 10th house of career, where there are key people, key figures, where you are held very responsible, where you are seen as a very respectable person, you know? And how that might have played out for you, Taurus, is that you may have felt totally overwhelmed by your responsibilities, totally burdened by trying to keep a good public image or a good public face. It was a bit of a battle. Maybe you had a bit of a battle too with key figures in your career, the boss, people that kind of matter to you somehow or other. Important people, however you define them. All people are important, but it's somebody who is key in your career. It might have disappointed you, might have challenged you or put you under an inordinate amount of pressure and stress. And you're just saying, my God, I'm just way too devoted, I've just given way too much time to my career, way too much time to keeping my public image and reputation intact, and way too much time into pleasing, I don't know, sometimes 10th house is male figures, even in some instances father figures. But there's energy coming out of that now, Taurus, that you're not so stressed out about these big responsibilities that you have in your life. It's almost, you know, that energy, Taurus, of keeping up appearances, having to always be the one who is in charge, responsible. I know what I'm doing. I do everything on time. If I say I'm going to be there, then I'll be there. People expect a lot from me. And you're bored with it and tired of it. And you feel that it's time, basically, to just take your energy away from that. But where do you want to put it? You want to put it into the 4th house, which is all about your home and your family. The sun is in there, Mercury retrograding in there too, in Leo. You want to go back and have more fun and pleasure and play at home. You want to take pride in your home again. Maybe you've been working so hard that you've neglected your home. So every time you turn the key in your door and come home, you look around and say, soon I'll be able to give this house the care and attention that it needs. I've totally neglected it. There's cobwebs. I need to get rid of the cobwebs. Yeah, you've in the work-life, home-life balance, you've given enough to the work life. You've given enough to the people out there. Now it's time to retreat and come back in here. I can't ignore the fact too, Taurus, that sometimes these things with lunar eclipses happen in a kind of crisis way. So for some of you in your work and your career, you could have been faced with a bit of a crisis moment, a bit of a situation. For some of you, it could have played out as people who you trusted within your career, people who you depended on or who you thought were also equally as responsible as you. Turns out they weren't. And you go home now a little bit to lick your wounds. It's almost like this crisis or this sudden realization was exactly the type of thing you needed to take your energy away from your work situation for a while in order to relax, regroup, take pleasure in all things of the home, cooking, eating nice food, digging out those old recipes, maybe old family recipes, and getting the big pot out and the spoons, the ladles, and going to town on making a real wholesome, healthy, nourishing meal real soul food, spending time with your family. And even if you are far away from your actual physical family, it might be a time where you need to reconnect through Skype, phone calls, just chats. Reconnect with them and feel yourself grounded all over again. Feel yourself grounded. Yeah, you have felt ungrounded. You have felt that your mind has been taken away. Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt this for a second, Taurus. Sorry. If you hear some noises, maybe some bangs or things like that, there's neighbours there and they're having a big children's party and it's loud. So if you hear some strange noises, no, don't look around. It's not you. You're not being visited by something in the middle of the night knocking on your door. It's actually coming from here. But it's a kids party, so we can't complain. So it's just that lovely energy. For some of you, I know you have been having a bit of time where you needed to maybe rethink your home plans, maybe move home, maybe redecorate, add bits, add extensions, paint, do whatever it takes just to spruce up your home. Because it's that energy, Taurus, of when you come home, you want to feel at home. Some of you could have been taking your work home, invading that lovely quiet little haven that you have with work. And you're saying, oh no, home is home. Home is home. It's not work. If I'm here, I'm here. So that's a really nice positive thing for you to experience as we start the month, Taurus. Now, some other interesting things happening. August 6th, Venus, your ruler, Venus moves into Libra, into your 6th house. And it's interesting because Venus kind of does some interesting things through the month. This is about you being really super organized and taking great pleasure in it. Finding happiness in spring cleaning your home. Finding happiness in spending hours and hours in your garden, or hours and hours throwing stuff out, painting. It's all about the home and bringing a sense of order and perfection back to it. And it won't seem like hard work. It'll feel like a labor of love. Because that's what it is, Taurus. Your home is so important to you. You're like the Cancerians. Home matters to you. And so now it's time to bring back all that real nourishing home energy into your environment. Other things that are happening, of course, around August 7th, Uranus, he goes retrograde in your 1st house, retrograde in Taurus. Okay, so this is a moment, firstly, where you're really squaring off. Everything I just said, you're squaring off, saying, perhaps I don't identify anymore with the work that I'm doing, or with the office that I'm in, or with the way that I work. Maybe it's the commute to work that's bothering you. Maybe it's the systems that are in place that are bothering you. But something is bothering you about your work life in the 1st week of August. And you're saying, this is not working. It's not working. I have to change this up entirely in order to find something that suits my rhythm better. And I mean, you are setting the rhythm this month, Taurus, to a different beat. Yeah, you're playing to a different beat this month. We wouldn't usually say that you're the most rebellious of all the zodiac signs. But this month could change all that. You are rebelling. You're fighting back. You're breaking down structures, breaking down the old way of doing something, particularly in your career, fine-tuning it, getting it organized, really putting a proper structure on something, tearing down the old structure, building it back up, so that when you stand out there in the spotlight, when people look at the things that you're doing, even in your career, that it suits you better. It's all about suiting you this month. And you know, there could be a moment here where you begin again around from the 1st week of August. you could really decide to put a huge amount of energy into changing your appearance. Yeah. I mean, that's probably backed up around the 6th of August with Venus there. Yeah, you're really tackling some health issue. You're getting fit. Yeah. And it's not just a case of getting fit to feel good, which is a wonderful thing to do and possibly the real reason why we should get fit. But this is now you saying, no, I want to get fit and I want to look fit. Yeah, I want to look good. I want to look attractive. I may have let myself go a little bit with all this work that I've been doing. Time to get my absolute first impression rocking all over again. So that's gorgeous. And there's a shocking element to this where you may put a little plan together to do something fitness-wise or toning up-wise or something where you say, I'm putting a plan in place by the end of this season or by the end of August, September, I'm going to step out and show them all how fabulous I am. I love that, Taurus. I mean, you're beautiful, Taurus, ruled by Venus. Hello. I mean, you could go out in a brown paper bag and you'd still look fabulous. But this month you're saying, no, I don't have to hide beneath brown paper bags. I'm going to stand out in all my glory and just let everybody go. Hot. Yeah. Physical changes that make you rebel and transform into something hotter, should I say, hotter. But yeah, it's a great time to take care of your health. And it's not, it's not only your physical appearance. The first house is your attitude. You may grow really kind of, it's like a rebellious attitude of speaking up and speaking back. And people won't expect that from you. They say Taurus doesn't usually, bite back or speak back like that. But apparently this month you are. Apparently this month you're saying how you feel. If I see it, if I feel it, I'll say it. People will be surprised. Because you do like a little bit of diplomacy. You do like a little bit of elegance in your speech. You like things to run smoothly. And you are gentle. So it's not in you to do this, but maybe that's why it'll be so shocking. You'll be waving your banner. You'll be saying, I am rebelling. And I'm going to tell you all how I feel about something. Good for you, Taurus. Good for you. Let me see. Other things that are happening as I'm waiting on a few cards here. Mercury, it does go direct around the 19th of August in your home life and your family life. Communication gets a whole lot better. Those of you working from home, I'm going back to this. Those of you working from home, doing something where you communicate, perhaps. Maybe you receive clients at home, or maybe you do actually bring your work home and maybe talk to people from home for work. I don't know. Maybe you entertain at home. You entertain clients or things like that through dinners, through food, to network. But that seems to get a whole lot better. Yeah, you might actually be doing that. Spending a bit of time at home around the 19th of August, networking with people, bringing more balance back to your work-life, home-life dynamic, inviting the boss maybe back to your house. Who knows? New moon, partial solar eclipse on the 11th of August, new moon in Leo in your 4th house. All about home life. This is where your focus is. There's no place like home. Get those ruby slippers on, baby, because really, this month there is no place like home where you can retreat, where you can have privacy. Privacy. Has your privacy been invaded by too many responsibilities? You want to sleep more. You want to rest more. You want to eat healthier. You want to nourish yourself. And you only want to surround yourself with people now, it seems, Taurus, who really are loyal to you and who really get you. That's it. Only people that you can be your real true self with. They're the only people you want to spend any time with this month. That's not so bad. That's really nice, actually. Sun moves into Virgo around the 23rd of August into your 5th house. So the sun in the 5th house. This is gorgeous. Towards the end of the month, pleasure, play, joy. After all that time of relaxing, you want to extend that. And the extension of relaxation, reading all those books, spending hours just watching back-to-back videos, DVDs, Netflix, and just shutting down, then your sense of humour comes back. Had you lost your sense of humour a little bit, Taurus, because you were too much under pressure? And now all that lovely energy brings you back your sense of humour and your sense of play. Playing with children, perhaps. Playing with children. Now, it's quite interesting that there's a kids' party going on next door here, bringing that energy into the reading. Yeah, hang out with kids. If you don't have children, maybe you have nieces, nephews. They can be big kids too, you know. They don't have to be babies. Hang out with them. Play. Do fun stuff. And see how they see the world. The world is just a big play adventure for them. That's what it is for you too. A big play adventure. Doesn't always have to be so serious. You don't always have to be performing, Taurus. Relax, laugh, love, enjoy. The end of the month, August 26th, full moon in Pisces in your 11th house. Now this is an interesting one. This is a one towards the end of the month where Pisces is quite abstract. Pisces is quite elusive. Pisces is the real dreamer of the zodiac. In the 11th house, the place where we dare to dream, where we dare to rise, where we ultimately want to aspire to. You know, it's success, the house of success and rewards. Towards the end of the month, you may spend a lot of time really daydreaming and at night time getting visions, dreams about where, if I had a magic wand, where would I really be? It's wish time at the end of the month, wishing to see where your future path can take you, and not, excuse me, not allowing any harsh realities of this world get in the way. Like the child, you are just saying, I wish I had this, and I wish I was an astronaut. I wish you know when kids, they stretch their imagination so far by imagining that anything is possible. And that's you, my love, at the end of the month, allowing that gorgeous sense of, and this card comes out, wishing, potential, imagining that anything is possible, stepping out of the shadows and seeing, I can have this, I can have this. Is it really possible that I can really actually have much bigger than I even believed or dared to dream? Apparently you can, Taurus. Did we say this last month? It's a little bit of an exciting time for you at the end of the month where it's almost like you're daring to dream bigger. You're daring to allow a little bit of magic come back into your future again. Future magic. Without any restriction. Taurus, that's gorgeous. Gorgeous. You're going to enjoy the end of the month and that energy. I know you are. And this, at the end of the month, this thing that we just spoke about, of this wish, I wish my future, I wish, I'm playing with it and holding on to abstract beliefs about one day I can be this. It will be really nice at the end of the month when Mars goes direct in Capricorn in your 9th house, of taking some of those things you wished and dreamed for, the future magic, and putting energy and structure into them and making them your new mantra, your new belief system. Taurus, I just got shivers there when that happened, because the end of the month is going to be so magical for your dreams, your beliefs, where you can go next in the future. You got very stuck at one point. You did. You did. And you stopped believing. Or at least you stopped liking what you had believed in. And this month, you believe again. You believe. Taurus, gorgeous, gorgeous. The cards are very, very slow. I'm secretly happy about that because I actually like talking to you. So it's waiting on 4 more cards gives me a chance to talk to you, but for the sake of time, let's move this thing. Okay, I'm going to have to choose the remaining cards for you, Taurus. 1 more shuffle and then we're ready to go. Okay, here we go. The King of Swords, the 8 of Wands, 8 magic wands. The Cancerian card, the Chariot, and the last card is the Ace of Wands. Yes, I like it. Okay, Taurus, let's do this thing. And by now, as if by abstract, divine, future thinking magic, bling, comes the overview. So we begin with these 2 cards. This card came out reversed, but I'll tell you what it means. There is a moment as we go through the start of the month where you feel that you've worked too hard. This is a Virgo card. Now the sun does go into Virgo. It's all about bringing joy back into your life, taking the energy out of work. You've had your head down, you've been focused, you've been very diligent actually. It always impresses me about you, Taurus, when you have your mind on something, when you want to make something happen in your life, you will put your head down and put your hoofs in, and with the big oxen shoulders. I'm not saying you've big shoulders, I don't know, but with all your weight, might and force, you will push. And that's what you have been doing. But every creature who pushes and works hard to turn over a new, fresh ground in their life, they need a break. And this was this thing. You need a break. Empty all those coins out now. Empty them out because you've worked too hard. Take a break. And then once you take the break, you are now reviewing. It's a real time for you to relax and review, Taurus. To go in and call up a bunch of stuff that no longer works for you. And this is it's like the work you've been doing, it's been wonderful, really wonderful, and congratulations on all the effort you've been doing. But there's an element here of go back now and judge it. Take 100 steps back and have a look again at what might need to be destroyed. Now that's quite interesting. Destroyed within your work life. Letting something just go. Letting it fall down and fall apart. So that you can have a moment to re-examine and judge why you've worked so hard. See, this is a... excuse me, Taurus. It's difficult here because this is quite a psychological card. So there could be an essence of you asking big questions at the start of the month, saying, why do I work so hard? Why have I been doing this? I need to sit back, take a time out and see why I'm putting all my time, effort and energy into the work and why it stressed me out so much. And should I allow that to happen in the future? I need a judgment call here on this. Maybe there's also an element of you needing somebody, because of Venus there going into your 6th house, somebody coming in and helping you with a critical eye to judge what you're doing, to see if you've been overkill on some of your work patterns, overkill on the time you've spent pushing yourself out there and making your future happen. Maybe you need better time management. Yeah, but somebody with a critical eye, people with critical eyes are most likely Virgos, and Virgo is going in, Sun and Virgo in the 5th house there on the August 23rd. Venus at the start of the month is in Virgo, yeah. You need somebody with a critical eye, with a sense of humour and with a sense of fun and with a sense of doing it because they want to see you grow and expand, not because they want to say, nah, that's not good, that's not good, that's not good. Somebody who loves you, that can come in and help you judge how you may do your thing better. It's positive, it's positive. And when you do that, look at this. You're overjoyed, you feel happier, you feel that this card can represent sometimes that all the problems that you've had are resolved, particularly emotional problems, stresses, worries, feeling down, feeling sad, feeling under pressure, feeling emotionally drained. This card suggests that there's a period now where that ends. And you feel lighter and happier in yourself, and you get to see the rainbow. You get to see the rainbow. Now it's interesting that this card is beside it. And I interpret this as you coming to a moment in August, Taurus, where you realize, when you do sit back and take yourself out of work, go, that you realize that there's much more in your life, that you're actually doing okay, that you're happy, particularly within your family. The people in your family that you do love and trust, we'll ignore the ones that are a bit weird, ignore them, but the ones that are your core group within your family, that they're very important to your happiness. And it could be somebody within your family that helps you heal some great disappointment, maybe a family disappointment. Taurus, I can't ignore this with the energy that's happening in your fourth house with this combination of cards. Happy families versus disappointment and sadness. Somebody perhaps within your family has been long term making you feel a little bit bad or a little bit unloved, and you get an opportunity very soon at the start of the month to regroup with the people within your core family who do give you love, who do give you attention, who do want to see you grow, so that you can turn your back a little bit on maybe some of the more negative people in your family. Focus on the good ones. Focus on the good within your family, and they will help you mend some family issue. Taurus, I'm getting the feeling here that there's something within your family life that makes you so sad. Maybe brothers or sisters are fighting with each other. Maybe there's an issue within the family that has required you maybe to be very responsible and to be the one who tries to keep everything looking good. Let's not let anybody know that this is happening within the family. Let's keep eyes forward, face front. Don't hide this shit, hide it. But it's been hurting you to play this happy family game. And while this sounds sad, or whatever situation you're going through, I promise you, Taurus, this is something that you can mend, because if you turn around, there is still love there. Not to be focusing always on the love, that the cups that were spilt, the things that were said, the people that may have fallen out with each other, the connections within family that may have been lost. In these modern times, Taurus, people move, people change. The family unit doesn't always stay so close for one reason or another. And I know this is quite specific, but there's that element of you saying, why don't people all just stick together? Why is everybody moving away? Why can't everybody just stay together and love each other like a big happy family? And again, I'll go back to that. How that's healed is by you seeing that really underneath they do love each other and you love them underneath, and happiness is there. Happiness within your family life is not just possible, but very, very possible now as we enter into August. I really went down that route, didn't I, Taurus? Because I think for some of you that matters. It's been weighing a lot on your mind that the people in your life, they don't seem happy. And you're just trying to keep it all together. I don't know why they're sad. There could be many reasons why they're sad. But you will get through this and you will conquer this. And that real sense of being connected to your source of home, family, will really solidify this month for you, Taurus, okay? Now, the card of getting very, very serious about your money as we go through the middle of the month. Very serious, very structured, very organized. Venus in the 6th house will be doing this. There's a nice element here. If you organize yourself very well within your career, great things will happen. New systems, put them in place. Organize documents, organize paperwork, get everything running ship shape and absolutely spot on. And you will flow, baby. You will flow. Leave no room for little bits of what if. Get it organized, get it structured, and things will be great. The only hiccup you might have is around August 9th, where, I don't know, it's something around your belief system. Something you might find a moment where you no longer believe in the thing that brings you money. Don't lose heart, baby. Don't lose heart. That will come and it will go. One of these weird challenges. 9th house can sometimes be older siblings, uncles, older brothers. Those of you with this situation, if you feel that you're kind of not getting on very well after the 9th of August, it will lessen, it will improve. But you are, like I say, getting serious with money. And once you get serious with money, which could mean getting professional help in, or the person I spoke about with a good critical eye who is pushing you all the way to success, then you do very, very well. And then what happens? Then you get 4 corners on your project. The thing that you're passionate about, magic wands, putting that bit of magic in to the thing that you're passionate for. In August, they now 1, 2, 3, 4 solid foundations. A solid foundation is coming for whatever it is you're doing this month. You're feeling it. Sometimes this is a marriage card, somebody making a grand big declaration of love. You could just be attending a wedding mid-month. But there is that atmosphere of a celebration where you get to celebrate somebody else's great work, where you get to celebrate somebody else standing up, where you get a chance to applaud them. So that's something that could happen for you too. Or you might hear of a very nice love affair or love story happening around you that you're really happy for them, whoever they are. You're going, so happy, congratulations. And yes, we can't ignore the fact, I know if this card comes up, we can't keep saying, you might get married, you might get a proposal. But it is possible this month. Certainly you could be making grand big declarations of love this month. And if that is you, Taurus, congratulations. And I wish you every future success with that. Or you could be launching something, putting a foundation, beginning something, and inviting people to come see what you've done so far, the story so far. There's more to do, but take a look at the groundwork. Pop open the champagne, it's begun. Bit like that. Now, yes, we spoke about that energy towards the end of the month where you step out of the shadows and really start believing again, Taurus, in your desires, your wishes, your dreams. What do you want? What do you need? Stop thinking like an overly responsible adult and start saying, if I had a magic wand, which you actually have 4 of them, if I had a magic wand, what would I wish for? What do I really want? Not enough people do that anymore. Not enough people say, well, if I had a magic wand, I would, I'd like my bills to be paid, or I'd like to win the lottery. boring. Wishes come from the heart. Wishes come from your desires, your needs, from a place where you're unhindered or held back. And that's where the real magic happens. And you're rediscovering that, as I said, this month. And look, it's sitting beside, the 7 of Cups is sitting beside the 6 of Cups. So there may be a moment where you backtrack and rediscover the wishes that you had some years ago. Maybe many, 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 many years ago. The card of memories, nostalgia. And also the card of letting something go that needs to be let go of. I know sometimes you can look back on the life in the past and say, back then it was wonderful, you know, it was so much easier. The sun shone brighter, there were no clouds in the sky, everybody loved each other, everybody held hands, everybody sang songs. They didn't. But you might have a very overly romanticized idea of the past. And it's time to let that go. It's okay to have these wonderful memories, but you can replace those memories with beautiful future dreams. Beautiful future dreams. Because the past, all they are, those memories are beautiful past memories. And they're real. You can hold on to them. And what is the future? It's the same reversed. They're just beautiful future memories. I know. Let's not bend time here or try to get all paradoxical, but that's all they are. Future memories. So make them good. Now we come towards the end of the month, and here is wise Solomon. When something is presented to you, it seems a bit of a challenge, or a bit of where people come to you with a very difficult emotional problem perhaps, or a real dilemma, and you act as a mediator, stand between the two of them. Like Solomon, you choose the right path, you find the right answer. You're cutting through a lot of emotional stuff, possibly within your family, where you're saying, no, let's get organized, let's get structured. It's not the time now to get all emotional about certain situations. We've got to keep ourselves clear, direct, and focused. And you'll master that energy. This is the the card that represents the air signs. Towards the end of the month, you might have some stern words for a Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini. You'll have to have a stern words with them and say, this is what I believe. See, you are rebelling. You're speaking your mind and you're saying what you believe. You're challenging other people's words, opinions, and beliefs about you too. And you may have stern words for an air sign. And it needs to happen because the card beside it is quick communication, back and forward, phone calls, emails, chats, texts. It's swift communication beside an air sign. Now, let's go further. This card can also be a professional person, somebody who works with something logical, like an architect, like a designer, like somebody who does things quite mathematical, somebody who has a certain skill that puts things into place, gives form to something. And there might be a lot of back and forth between you and this professional person. Could be a solicitor, a lawyer, a legal person. So just know that the energy might pick up towards the end of the month there. Yeah. But again, on the alternate side, again, I'll just say that there could be very stern words, lots of back and forward messages constantly between you and an air sign. And usually I would say keep your dignity, which is of course what you will do. Keep your sense of responsibility, your sense of propriety, your sense of calm, yet at the same time, say it. Say what you mean. Say what needs to be said. Cut through. It's almost like say your piece, because somebody that should behave better temporarily seems to be behaving badly or out of character. And you have to kind of redirect them, point them back into the right direction quite sternly. And they'll trust you, Taurus. They'll trust you to do it because they'll know you come from a good place. Now again, look at this. This is a Cancerian card. Between an air sign and Cancer, are you the mediator between a Libra, Gemini and Aquarius and a Cancerian, standing in the middle, trying to keep them all together, bring them all together? It seems stern words need to be had between these groups of people. One is highly emotional and one is far too logical. And you're caught in the middle, but be like wise Solomon, cut down the middle and get it straight. You'll know what this means towards the end of the month. Now, this is a card of driving something home, success, victory, moving on, and seeing progress. And that's what you're doing. Now, let me see, Mars does go direct around the 27th of August in your 9th house. So if some of you are involved with writing, blogs, writing on the internet, writing, publishing, communicating your ideas, teaching, sharing your ideas with people, with a large group of people. As we touched upon this last month, didn't we, Taurus? This is where success comes in this month. Towards the end of the month, you will see big success. Wherever you're dealing with foreign people, large groups of people, where you're sharing big ideas, or publishing big ideas, you know. Now here's the last and most beautiful card, I think, of your reading. The sword of truth to cut through the thorn bushes in your life. There's energy here, following on from last month, everything that we spoke about. There have been briars in front of your vision of the future. There have been thorn bushes. You couldn't see the roses because there were too many thorns in the way. Now you get to cut through that. There's a new idea formulating for you. You've gone through the work of calming down, retreating back home, revising the work that you're doing, getting maybe a professional or somebody with a good critical eye to support you, to see how you can take it further. You've done all the work, and at the end of the month, here come the new ideas. The hand of God comes out with the sword of truth, and the sword represents the first moment where you see something taking shape, where you see something potentially taking form. And you are now doing that. You're seeing something take shape and you're running with it, and it's divinely driven. Ideas, ideas, ideas. I know July for you was all mind energy. It seems to go through here. Ideas at the end of the month. And it's at the end of the month, Taurus, because I think you'll have more relaxation in your mind at the start of the month. And it'll be all about reconnecting, taking energy out of your mind, going back to the ground, going back to basics. And then you pick that sword up again at the end of the month, and it's like brand new, fresh, clean sword, ready to chop, 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 and begin again on a newer, clearer path. Taurus, I loved it. I love your energy, because you're following with all this energy in your mind, and now knowing, at least knowing when to relax and regroup and take care of your body and your whole sense of nourishing, and bringing your core little tribe of people together again. I love it. Taurus, long video, sorry. After the lunar eclipse, it seems all the videos this month are slightly longer than usual. But anyway, Taurus, I'm going to leave it at that. If this is the first time seeing my videos, please do subscribe and join me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, She Bear Tarot. Lovely community there. Now that it's all about getting a little tribe together, come to this tribe. Really nice, cool people there. It's nice, you'd like it. And as always, Taurus, keep dreaming. Keep putting the magic into your future. Keep doing it. And you can have the happy ever after when it happens. Taurus, I'm going to leave you with a great big kiss. Mwah. and all my love as always. Until next time, my love.